the music director of The Buzz. We are a little radio station in the middle of nowhere, New York. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. So,
yes.
Yeah. So you guys are Kilbirds, you're from Los Angeles. Do you mind just, if we go around, you guys introduce yourselves and say what you do?
Sure.
Yeah, we're Killsbirds. I'm Nina and I sing.
Okay.
I'm Fielder. I play bass. Sorry, Jacob.
That's okay. I'm Jacob. I play guitar.
Awesome. So what inspired you guys to start playing music?
I think we've all been, we were all, on individual paths as musicians before we even met, so for all of us, I know music has been, a very big part of our lives since we were really young. But together, as a band, I'd say, I'd say what inspired us is a sense of just kind of playfulness. The project kind of started with Nina and I getting together and making a lot of joke songs and just kind of like hanging out, making music for fun, and that just sort of naturally evolved into writing more serious songs and thinking of it as a band and bringing Fielder on and the project taking form that way.
Awesome.
Until I was about classically trained until I was 18, and then I continued in college for a couple of years. I also I played saxophone for 5 years, trained musically. For some reason, I chose that instrument, and I play guitar. I'm not very good at it, but I know some bar chords, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nina, I did not know that you played the saxophone.
That's so cool.
Alto sax.
We have to bring that in on the next album.
Absolutely not. Ever.
I know whenever there's a piano in the green room, we have a lot of fun with it, Nina. But
Yeah,
didn't know about
because I don't have a piano at home just yet, so that I'm already getting pretty rusty. It's very easy to lose the memory, of playing. So I'm hoping to get one soon and keep going. I still have to learn like some Rachmaninoff pieces. My hands are too small.
All right. And for anyone who's never heard anything by you guys before, how do you self-describe your sound?
That's a really difficult question always. I think for any band to answer.
I always like the term is sort of like a joke. What was it? Oh yeah, it's like something like Brutalful or something, where it's like,
Brutal.
yeah, like our
That's great.
it's like really heavy, brutal music, but melodic at its core, and kind of sort of trying to toe the line between being aggressive and also beautiful.
Cool.
But
And then who are your like personal like musical heroes?
it's a great question.
Eminem,
James Taylor,
Nirvana, Britney Spears.
Wu-Tang Clan. Jacob. It's a big
They
question.
change all the time. Yeah, those were good. I liked all those. Yeah.
All right. And then what is the best piece of advice another musician has ever given you?
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Wear ear protection. Seriously.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I think.
Invest in good earplugs.
Yeah.
All right. And then who's another artist you would dream to have a collaboration with?
Eminem.
Jacob, do you have anyone on this?
James Taylor.
James Taylor. Dude, I've been only listening to James Taylor for he's from the same place in North Carolina I grew up.
Oh, crazy.
It'd be cool.
I don't know. Maybe honestly, Brian Eno. To be honest, I would be so stoked to work with Brian Eno as a producer.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Also, Muramasa is pretty incredible. I think he's just a great young voice, and a phenomenal producer. I'd love to work with him. He's so cool. Did you hear that new Pink Panthers song? Just for me, it's like one of the best songs I've heard this year. It's just like some girl like produced it with him. It's so sick. Yeah.
I'll Spotify it now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how would you guys describe your creative process? When you make a song, what goes into it?
Well, usually it kind of starts by Jacob and I getting together like 99% of the time. Like I have like lyrics written that we can sort of start formulating ideas off of. And that's like, interestingly enough, like how we built a lot of our songs is that way. Sometimes we go in reverse, like sometimes we come in and Jacob has an idea for a melody and we go off of that. But a lot of our songs are written off like, here are the lyrics, here's the story, like where do we go from here? And then when the song is in its like building block stages, that's when, Fielder comes in and we start like exploring as a band. And from that point forward, like the songs, come together relatively quickly because we have like the core of the song. And it always helps to like go off of the song's meaning, I think, in making creative choices.
Kind of a dream scenario for me. Beautiful, yeah. I get to like wait and see for these beautiful little gems to come up and then basically just be like, all right, what can you do that's cool with this? And it's like the coolest creative task. I love it.
Awesome. And so you guys have an album coming out in the next few months?
Yeah, November 12th. Pretty crazy.
But you guys are excited, and I hear you guys are touring now with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, we are touring. We got like 4 dates on the West Coast with them in December. So 2 dates in Las Vegas, Sacramento, and then Fresno. And then we're playing Mexico City with them. That show got postponed. We were initially supposed to play it in November, but it was now postponed until March 2022. So we have a few shows coming up with the Foo Fighters, and yeah, that's going to be interesting, especially considering we haven't played a show in like over 1.5 years at this point. Like some of our first shows coming back from this like crazy COVID hiatus are going to be like in these large venues with like 12,000, 15,000, 20,000, 60,000 people. So it's a little nerve-wracking, I think, for all of us, but it's a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm. That sounds exciting.
Fair.
So that kind of leads me into, so how has COVID personally affected Killbirds?
Oh, we're called Killsbirds.
Killsbirds, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I like thought I was saying that and then I wasn't.
That's okay. It happens. I think COVID just gave us an opportunity to like work on what ended up being our second record. We had to take some time off because obviously, you know, I think the whole world can kind of agree with this, is it was pretty traumatizing and shocking what happened last year, the world being shut down and, you know, watching COVID unfold the way it did. And, you know, of course that started happening while we were still on tour. And as a result, like we had to cut our tour short. We lost opportunities like so many other bands. So we definitely had to take some time off just to like lick our wounds and heal a little bit mentally. But that also kind of became an opportunity for us to start working on the songs that eventually became our second record. And the majority of the songs in the second record were written in that period. So there's a lot of those like themes infused in the music and lyrics for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of artists are coming out with like little COVID baby albums. So would you consider this a COVID baby?
I guess I wouldn't call it a baby. I'd be like, we're sending it off to college at this point. But yeah, I would say that it's a COVID album for sure. You know, yeah, that's what it is. But there's also other things about it that don't just limit it to that experience during COVID. It's obviously, like all of our music, touching on, you know, heartbreak, feelings of insecurity, feeling of inadequacy, you know, feeling left out, you know, all of those feelings, universal feelings that we're always exploring in our music. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then so you guys make very like emotional music and you explore like different themes of like heartbreak and such. What's like the main message that you want listeners to get when they listen to your music?
I think you know, I think we would be very successful if even one person can listen to our music and feel less alone in the world. You feel like, you know, they can relate to something that we're saying, or they feel like they're being represented. Whatever feeling it is that they feel connected to, you know, they find a connection with in our songs. I feel like that is what we're doing, because that's also what our music does for us. So it would be just an extension of what we do, essentially.
And I think there's like this, you know, our music is dealing mostly with kind of darker themes, you know? And I think particularly in a live setting where we come together to perform for people, I think maybe a message that is sort of like that we're trying to put out there is like turning the things that are difficult for you, like your struggles, whatever that they may be on a personal level, you know, turning those into something to like celebrate, or to use them as a way to participate and engage in your life or something, you know, or empowering yourself through them in a way. So that's what we try to do in the songs, and I think kind of what we would hope our listeners can do hearing our music or coming to our show, or, you know.
Awesome. All right. And then anything else we can expect from you guys? Obviously you got a tour, you got an album, any little secrets that you want to reveal? Or
well, we have a song Glisten that's out now, that everyone should check out. And then in 2 weeks, we have, on October 12th, we have our third single coming out, which we're very excited about, Cough Up Cherries. So look out for that pre-save it. And then of course we're writing new music now. So this is not the end, it's just the beginning,
It's
baby.
just the beginning.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Those were all